What is going on, everyone? Happy Thursday. Sorry. Whew.
It is Thursday.
It is Thursday. I've been running around a little bit. Hope you guys have been doing well. It's the Ryan Ripken Show. We are live from 3-ish to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook. It's episode 128 for those that are counting. And why is that a problem?
It's just like for those who are keeping the wrong track at home. It's
I don't understand.
For those of you who like to make up episode numbers, it's number 128. Thank you for joining us.
Well, you know what? If you're new, you can follow this linear number now. We're doing it from here on out. 128. Zach, welcome to 128.
I love when just half 90% of our progress.
Yeah, it's like 128 as of December.
Yeah.
Of season 2, you know? It says season
that would
2.
make sense. Of season 2, now we're like getting close.
Except we're in season 3.
Sports.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The calendar for us technically starts, March 1, in my opinion. That's the beginning of our calendar year because baseball will start. Football will come to an end, which it's not done yet because there's one game left. Super Bowl is in a week and a half out there in San Francisco area. We're going to be out there for Media Row. And Zach, I'm glad you're that animated because on today's show, we got a few emotions to at least maybe guide through. The emotion that you just had was a little bit of frustration, maybe some anger. Maybe that's what it was. Well, yes. When we talk baseball today, I have a little bit of this frustration where I'm just kind of fed up with the free agent situation here. Specifically, what hasn't happened and something just needs to happen. I don't care how, but we'll explain that here in just a few moments. But if you're happy or you're excited, maybe a little nervous, well, Jesse Minter was introduced officially to the Baltimore Ravens today, and we're going to talk about that. We'll break down what he said and a whole lot more. We'll mix in between that. It's kind of a quiet time for sports still. Like we're guiding through. We're having great guests. We're going to have Jamie Sharper, Super Bowl champion from the Ravens back in Super Bowl 35. He's going to join us at 4. He was at the press conference today, and also we'll reminisce a little bit. It's been 25 years.
A minute.
Since the Ravens won their first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How about that? But then Emmanuel Acho said a comment about Todd Monkin taking over as head coach. And I'm not even going to try to say it. You might not be surprised, or you might not believe the advice that he gave to Shedeur Sanders. We'll leave it at that. We do have one other person that was at the presser. We didn't know he was going to be there. But you know what? He showed up front and center to show that he was there for a great little photo op. And not just a photo op like, hey, I'm on the corner. Man, let me be right next to top dog. Like, Tiger Woods, big dog, So he is current Ravens long snapper, friend of the show, friend of the program. He's coming back. Nick Moore. There he is.
Hey, clapping for himself.
Yeah,
there he is. What an introduction. I was clapping for Rip's ability to give me just such a loving and kind and gracious introduction there.
You know what? I'm a giver, Nick.
Yeah.
I want to make people feel good.
You are indeed.
And you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy I could provide that for you. It's been a minute since we've had you on last. Let's see. Todd Monkin has been on. Teddy Buchanan's been on. Teddy's a great guy. And I told him if you don't treat him well, I said I'd whoop your ass.
Great hair.
Be hard. Yeah. Great hair.
I treat him well.
He did say that.
He's a good kid. That's a good kid right there.
He is a good kid.
That's a good kid right there.
He's a great kid. Who else do we have on?
Charlie.
I believe Charlie Kolar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie, the night that John was let go, which I felt like brutal timing, but Charlie's amazing.
Handled it well.
He did great. And then now you're back.
I'm here.
Tony Dungy,
Haruki.
We had 2 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks on since Nick's
head coaches.
Yeah, head coaches. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I saw that. That's fair.
Well, Nick,
welcome back. I'm here now.
You are here now. We're happy you're here. And, we got a little time with you because you're a family man. It's the off season. But according to you, you were putting in some work today. I
was trying to anyway. But the presser ran me short, cut my workout short,
Okay, so give the context to the people here. So the press conference for Jesse Minter was held today around 11:30. So you went in to get some work in.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I'll just stumble on into this meeting.
No.
Rest
No. That's not exactly how it went down. Okay. I train up there in the off season because I live right down the road from the facility. So it
Mhm.
makes sense. Got everything I need there. So, but I was planning on going in to work out a little bit earlier because I knew they had asked me to come to the presser. Tom Valente had asked me to come in because I'm in town. And I said, yeah, of course. And I was going to go work out at 10. That way I would, 9:30, 10. And of course, my son decided he was going to stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning last night. So I was like, I'm going to sleep in a little bit. Didn't make it in till about 10:45, and got a little bit in, and then went over to the press, moseyed my way down. That's why I looked, I look raggedy because I haven't got a haircut in a while, but I looked like a bum in that picture because I did not expect to be there. I was standing there. I was talking to Justice and a couple of the other guys that were right there, Trav, and Jesse comes walking up, and he's high fiving everybody. I had known him when my first year here. He was coaching DBs, so I'd already had a little bit of a relationship with him. It's been a few years, but dapped him up, said what's up, and then he just decided to stop right there, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is how it's gonna go right here. I guess I'm in the middle, and it's an honor to be up, to be up there. But I texted my wife after, and I was like, man, I got a wedding coming up next week, so I was waiting to get my hair cut. And I was like, I should have got my hair cut for this one. I look terrible. The gray is really graying right now. You can see I'm like self-conscious in this camera right now. So
Dude, you look
it happens.
Great. You gotta
It
embrace
blends
that.
in.
It looks real good.
With I'm getting ready to go outside and play in the snow with the boys, and got my beanie on, and it blends in with the beanie. It kind of matches the colors. So
you know what? There's a couple things. One, you look ready for the season, which and the
Yeah.
seasons, which
Yeah.
a lot of snow still outside, but you're also a seasoned vet now. Like you got to kind of play the part, man. Like
Yeah.
it's been different now, Minter, he called me and said, hey, I need Nick to step up this year. We just lost Gordon to the Giants. We need this guy to be that Grizzly Adams veteran here. So like you play the part.
I can do it.
You look
Yeah,
good.
I can do it. I mean, I'm embracing it, wholeheartedly, going all in. Just gonna let it ride for the next 12 months. Just look like see how much of a beard I can get, how long my hair can get.
Yeah, if KVN doesn't come back, that makes you the old man on campus, right?
No, Joe. Thankfully, John Jenkins is still older than me. He'll be back. That old man. That's an old man right there. I love Big John, but that boy is old now. That boy is. Hey, that's an old soul. When we signed on the same day, and I was like, oh, thank God you're coming back. So I'm not the oldest guy in the room now. I'm still the second or third oldest now.
Yeah, well, you know what? Your looks aside, which I'll stop on your outfit apparel, even though those shorts were looking pretty short up there, man. It looked like they're back 80s style basketball right there.
Showing the VMOs off, man. That's why I do my workouts. Got to get a little confidence boost. Let the quads come out and breathe a little bit.
I don't know. It looked like you missed leg day that day. I don't know if that was on the workout this morning.
Okay. And that angle, you can't see my right leg. That's where I missed leg day because my Achilles. But that left leg, that's a strong leg right there. That's a good looking leg, baby. Okay. That's a good looking leg right there.
That's what? Couldn't have said it better. Really couldn't have said it better. Hey, so the enthusiasm in the building, right? So you said you had a previous relationship, obviously Minter, going back to your first year, his last year before leaving the Ravens, and now it's the full circle moment. But, dude, it seems like there's a great energy. There's a lot of excitement. Maybe just your initial thought, you're in there, you're watching this. There was former players. I mentioned Jamie Sharper. He's going to join us today at 4. A lot of people were back for this. It seemed like it was a really exciting chapter. But your thoughts being in the building and being there for the moment?
I definitely think that there's a lot of excitement around. I mean, I've talked to a lot of the guys on the team and a lot of the former guys that were in there, Sam Cook and Nick Boyle and Kadri was there, and Jimmy Smith and Levine, and some guys that played for Jimmy when he was coaching here, but also knew him aside from that. And, I think there's a lot to be excited for with the future. Jesse, listening to him talk today at the presser, he seems like he learned. He said one of the questions was like, who was his biggest coaching mentors, and he had mentioned his dad early in his career. His dad was kind of his main mentor, but then in the latter part of his career up to this point, it had been, John and Jim Harbaugh, because he worked for both of them. And, to me, like, he seems like he has that same level, because he talked about, physicality, effort, togetherness, playing for your teammate, your brother. Like, those are all the same mantras that we had under Coach Harbaugh. And to me, it seems like he's going to take that same idea, but he's going to put it into his own way. He talked about he was going to have to, um, develop his own, make it kind of doesn't want to change everything, but he wants to bring in his own energy, his own personality to it. And that's something that me personally, I'm excited for that, because I think Jesse's done a tremendous job as a defensive coordinator. He did really well at Vandy, he did well at Michigan, and they had a freaking dog defense in LA. So, I think he's going to bring a lot of youth, a lot of energy, and a lot of excitement to the Ravens, and I think that's what we need. I think we need a change of pace. We've been stagnant for a while, and that's not a knock on anybody. I love playing for Coach Harbaugh, and I think he's one of the best coaches in the history of the game, and I wish him nothing but the best. But sometimes change is good, and I think that Jesse's the man for the job. I'm really excited. Haven't got to talk to him too much. He did say he was going to reach out and talk some more. Obviously, with Chris Horton going to the Giants, there's some a void in the special teams room, and as you said, I'm the longest tenured special teams player that we have, and he had mentioned he wanted to talk to me about that a little bit. So I'll see, and if I get an opportunity to chat with him, I'll look forward to that. And I just think for us, we have so much talent. There's so much positivity that with the Ravens, I think that the future looks bright for us, and I'm excited for what's coming. And I think everybody in Flock Nation should. Jesse, he's going to be a great football coach, and obviously with Eric and Sashi and Mr. Bishotti and all the front office guys, they work tirelessly to get here, to get to this point, and they've made some unbelievable choices, in the draft as far as personnel, especially when it comes to the long snapping position. And so I think that they picked the guy that they know fits the culture, fits the brand of the Ravens, and is going to bring in his way of doing things, and kind of spruce it up a little bit, and make, we're always trying to get better, whatever that is, whether it's football, whether it's culture, whether it's communication, whether it's relationships. And I think Jesse's going to be the next best thing for us, and the perfect step for us to get to where we want to go next season and beyond.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a great opportunity. There's familiarity, and there's a lot of love and passion, not only to go out there and win games, but he's got a passion for being the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. He's got a passion for the city.
Mm-hmm.
And with a group already that has high expectations, it looks like he's ready to bring it. Before, I know, Nick, you got to go be a family man here. And a very humble brag, a long snapper, extended long snapper for the Baltimore Ravens there. But we know that Chris Horton's gone, and we've talked kind of extensively about him. Like, we understand that, when we were sending messages, he's a stud, right? And good for him, the opportunity to go there and join John. But the news came out, right, that Randy Brown is going to be retained. He's staying in Baltimore, and Randy's worked with the team, at least
19 years.
Yeah, so I can
20 years.
I mean, so maybe with that, you are keeping a key piece right there. Can you speak on Randy real quickly? I know losing Chris, but it's got to feel good knowing you're going to have one of the guys that's been around for a long time.
Absolutely. I think Randy Brown he's arguably the pioneer of the specialist game in the NFL. He kind of started to make it mainstream. He's kind of the guru when it comes to specialist coaches in the NFL. There's not a lot of teams that have a guy like him on staff that knows the ins and outs of kicker, punter, and long snapper. It's a very unique brand. People look at it from afar and it's like, oh, you just snap the ball upside down between your legs to a perfect spot with the laces going out facing 12 o'clock, and the holder just catches it, puts it down little nanometer of grass that he can't even see, and the kicker just has to hit it in the perfect spot to get it to go through the uprights and fight the wind and all that. But I think he is the guy that created that idea that this is a huge piece of the game, as we've seen throughout the playoffs and the entirety of the NFL this season and in my entire career. Games are won and lost with the specialists. You win, you make your field goals when you're asked to make them. You pin them deep when you're asked to pin them deep. You get a big return. Those are the things that change the game, especially in the big games. And unfortunately for us, we were on the on the tough side of that this year in a couple games. But it's just such a huge piece to have him. For me personally, I've built a relationship with Randy. I've worked with him for 6 years. He was the guy who originally was recruiting me as a free agent when I was coming out of college. He's the guy who gave me the opportunity to come to the Ravens. He's the guy that believed and trusted in me that I was going to be able to play at this level. So I'm eternally grateful for him for giving me the opportunity that I got and in making me the player and man that I am today. So having him back, I know he's going to do wonders. Continuing working with Tyler, and then whatever situation happens, whether we bring Jordan Stout back, which I pray to the Lord above that we do, or we bring a new punter in. I think having him there is just huge, and he has so much knowledge and experience in the league. He's been in the league since the mid to late '90s. He's coached a lot of great players: David Akers, Justin, myself, Sam Cook, Morgan Cox, Jordan, all these guys. That he's just such a talented coach. So having him back is great for us. He knows the culture. He knows the standard that we have on special teams here in Baltimore. And Chris, he had been here, I think, since 2014, so 12-ish years. And he was the cornerstone as the coordinator the last few years. But I wish him nothing but the best. I hate to see him leave. I had a really special relationship with Chris and his family, and my kids and his kids, and I'm happy that he's getting the opportunity in New York. I know he wants to be a head coach, and this is the next step for him to make that dream a reality. So I wish him nothing but success up there. But Randy Brown is a huge piece for us to bring back, and I hope that the next ticker we see is that they're going to retain Anthony Levine as well, because both of those guys are unbelievable special teams coaches, and I think that what they bring to the table is very unique. And for the Baltimore Ravens and the culture that we have and the expectation, the standard we have on special teams, nobody knows it better than those guys. And I think with them, we can continue to build off the success we had this past year on special teams. A lot of young players, a lot of guys will be coming back. And I think having them with the continuity of the system and things like that, that'll be huge for all of us, and continuing to get better, continuing to be dominant and really change the game and give our team the best chance to win every single time we go out on the field. So, huge shout out for them keeping Randy Brown. It's a big move for us. Because I know everybody thought that Randy was going to go with John because they had been together since back in Philly. They've been
Not so
together
fast.
yeah, exactly. Not so
Not
fast.
so fast. He's
It's a
staying.
huge day for us to have him back. And I know, with Tyler Loop and myself, we work with him day in and day out. He's the one that helps us. He coaches us, helps us get mentally ready for the games, takes care of us during the week. He's such a valuable resource to have. And so I'm stoked that he's still here. I saw him today. I don't know if you guys saw the post. So I was eating lunch with him today after the press conference, and they posted
Yeah.
that they officially were retaining him. And he showed me the thing on his Twitter, and I'm reading it. And I'm like, oh, like, sweet. I knew that this was like kind of a thing. Like, I'm stoked that you're coming back. He goes, no, look at the picture. It's not Randy. It's the picture. It's so funny. It's a picture of TJ Weiss, who was a special teams assistant my first 3 or 4. I think he was here from 2019 to 2023, 2022-ish era. And I just thought it was funny that Randy's been here since 2008. Everybody knows Randy. He's got the gray slick back hair. He's about 5'8". He walks around like he's the president of the United States, and he kind of does his thing. So I just thought it was funny that they made that mistake. So, but a huge ad for the Ravens. So go team.
Good for him. Do you know who tweeted that?
Pro Football Talk. He was like, come on.
Oh,
Pro Football
no.
Talk.
Tough.
Like, that's like a legit thing, I guess.
Tough
I
for
don't
the
know too much about them,
program
but
there.
yeah, they've made mistakes you know, I'm like, dude, they get me wrong all the time. They think I'm Pat Ricard. So that's just how it goes,
is that a
man.
compliment, Nick?
For me, yes, it's an insult to him when they say he's Nick Moore, but it's a compliment when they posted, the Ravens posted a picture. I think it might have been the New England game, and it was like coming out of the tunnel, because Pat and I are always right at the front of the gate when we're coming out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And so the first picture was me. The second picture was not me. It looked like an absolute Greek god, and like it was like shadow, so you couldn't really see who he was, but he was like a black outline. And they tagged me in it on that picture, and I was like, that is not me. Okay? Like
Yeah.
I know I look similar, but like the belly is way too tight, like way too tucked in. Like that is definitely not Nick Moore.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we know you're one of the strongest long snappers in football.
I don't know about that, but I'm definitely the heaviest. There's no
Yeah,
doubt.
you know, I was gonna wait for you to say that, but yes, that is all of it's true. All of it's true, and you're a good kid, Nick. I don't want Ashley to get mad at me because you've been talking for so long.
She knows
Okay?
I ramble.
So, but tell her I'm sorry. You and I will have our date night, Nick, but
We will.
also, Ashley's welcome as well. So,
All right.
and we don't have enough time to talk about it, but dude, the SEC just kind of sucks now. Like it's,
the way you hit me right there, right at the end, dude. You know I got to leave, and you throw a freaking just jab right to the heart. Just boom.
It's Vanderbilt's conference.
It might be. Yeah.
Built by Vandy. Built by Vandy. It's why they call him Vanderbilt.
Because everything's built by Vanderbilt, by Vandy.
Yeah. Definitely used to be.
Yeah, dude,
Look, 2025 was not the year for the Ravens, nor was it the year for the SEC.
Or 2024.
But 2026, we're back. We are back.
I'm just saying
Next thing you know, Nick's gonna say how Notre Dame hasn't been relevant for decades.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't make that mistake. Don't do it,
listen,
Nick.
they had a good run in 2024, and that's about it.
They should have been in the playoffs.
Well, honestly, the three best teams were probably
should've-
Indiana, Notre Dame, and Miami. And Notre Dame didn't even play in it because they're like, oh, the SEC, we got to put all these teams in because they play in this conference and they're really good.
All right,
At least they play in a conference, bro.
Nick, how about this? We'll have you and Coach Mickens come on at the same time, and you guys can debate SEC versus Notre Dame.
I mean, I don't think there's much of a debate there. If we got to pick, we had to play 4 ACC teams. Come on, that's a joke. And then what? You play USC. Who are their other teams that they play? I don't even know their schedule because they're hot garbage.
I think they always play Stanford, and that's
they play
Nick.
They played 2 hard teams this year. They lost both their games.
I don't want
that's all I gotta say.
Nick, I know you got to get going, so I don't want you to get in trouble.
Don't go
Alabama got boat raced by 1,000,000 versus Indiana, but like
I don't disagree.
That's
with
the SEC. You're in the SEC championship. Yeah.
I said the SEC had a down year. I said that. I just said that was how we started it.
No,
I said 2025 was not our year.
Timeout.
That's like saying they had a down year. We still had like 8 teams in the college football playoff, dude. Come on.
And I think the debate is, should they have all been in the college football playoff
over Notre Dame? Absolutely.
Come on.
Who did Notre Dame beat that was even remotely good?
Oh my gosh. Who did you know what? I'm done.
Who did they beat that was good? Who? The only 2 teams they played that were good, they lost to both of them.
Nick, we're running out. Ashley, I'm sorry. Ashley, I'm
sorry.
Your husband got going. You know what, Nick? If we had this much passion this year, it might have not been a down year. You know?
Hey, not everyone has the same level of passion as me. Okay, I am who I am. I was happy to see Miami get to the championship. My best friend's a diehard Miami fan, and led by an SEC quarterback from the great college at the University of Georgia. They
lived and died by the SEC quarterback.
They sure did.
They did.
They do. Hey, hats off to Indiana, man. That's a hell of a football team.
Yeah, honestly, they're one of the best teams.
They were the best team.
Coach Bignetti is
dude. I don't care. That dude is a legend, bro. Did you guys see? I mean, everybody saw the press conference after the semifinal game, but that man had the gall when he got asked that question after the game right after the game, and he said, "I'm gonna go sit on the couch and drink a beer."
Yeah.
That is the most electric comment you could ever make.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like Peyton Manning said, "I'm gonna go have a Budweiser after the Super Bowl." Like, it's up that level. Like, that's how high up it is. That's just
Well, and the
unbelievable.
faces too, just like on the sideline. Just
Dude, he's a freaking. That dude's just laser focused all the time. He's just like, when he said the Google me quote, like, obviously it went mainstream after they won they were going on this epic run, but like, man, that guy's got some. That's the dude I could play for that guy.
Yeah, he's got some stones on him, man.
He's got some stone. I mean, he's true. Like,
they're hanging out, man. He don't care. But that's also the aura of the Big Ten now. It has changed.
I don't think that's the case.
Nick,
I think one guy. Okay, one go. Slow your roll, dude. Okay, chill. Just calm down a second.
Nick, it's good to see you.
Just calm
Fernando
down.
Mendoza is going to be the number 1 overall pick. Another guy.
It's probably not, but he's a good player. He's a really good college football player.
Okay, we're going to save that. So apparently, according to Nick Moore, Fernando Mendoza will not be the number 1 overall pick.
Bro,
Who's yours? All right, Nick. Good to see you, man. It was great to see you.
I thought everyone's saying he's gonna be like a late pick.
Where have you been?
He's the number 1 over.
Where have you been?
Dude, I don't use social media, bro. I don't use social media.
Did you watch the national championship?
I did. No, I did. I just thought that Mel Kiper was saying he wasn't the guy.
That was your first mistake.
Oh well, that's all I pay attention to.
Mel Kiper.
I have limited time on social media, dude. I spent the majority of my time watching a peanut play Arc Raiders. So
you must have saw Bill Polian's take too.
Oh gosh, it's tough.
That's what I play.
Oh, Nick, it's okay. It's okay.
He deserves to be the number 1 overall pick. Okay, let's put it that way.
Yes,
you know, we should learn. You should learn to lead with that instead of.
Okay,
you know,
I'll take it back. The guy won the Heisman, took the worst historic football team in college football to win the national championship. But
we should have another 6-hour draft watch party here.
Yeah. We should.
Well, for the 24-hour stream that we do, we know how we can spend 22 of the hours.
22.7 of those
is talking to Nick about the rise of the Big Ten.
Yeah,
all right,
this 15-minute call went 30 minutes, so yeah, thankfully.
Yeah, okay. Well, I tried to stop you. I tried to stop you. Okay,
hey,
don't blame me when Ash.
We put the people first, okay? We put the fans, the viewers, we put them first, okay, over our families. All right. My son's gonna last about 2.5 minutes outside. It is so cold outside right now.
Yeah,
he's gonna last. It's gonna take us longer to get dressed, and we're gonna be outside.
100%.
Yeah, you know what, JB? I've been asking the same thing. Why are we listening to a guy who doesn't know Mendoza is number 1? I don't know either, but he's in the NFL, but he's a great guy.
I don't know about ball than that guy. I don't know who he is, but
he's a great long snapper. And Nick Moore, I'd say the Pro Bowl accolade would mean a lot, but it's not the same anymore. But we want that all pro for Nick. That'll be you next year, buddy. You're a good kid. Maybe. Hey, go Dogs. I'm happy for you. Big Ten's in its
they're in the discussion.
Okay.
They only got they have to win national championship every year until 2050, and then we'll be in the discussion of who's the better conference.
Okay, Nick. All right.
Hey, just keep working, Big Ten. You'll get there.
Oh my God.
Okay, Nick. Ashley, again, very sorry that was your husband's fault, but Nick, appreciate you, man. Congrats on the press conference. Congrats on the strength in your left leg. Got to keep working on the right, and congrats on whatever the hell else you're doing today. All right.
Thanks, boys.
All right, see you, Nick.
See you, Nick.
Nick Moore, everybody. Wow, he got
We were gonna get him out on time until you had to do it. You couldn't just help yourself.
He could have just said, "Hey," I even said we don't have time for this. I have time for this, but that's one. He talked longer about that.
I know.
He did talk a lot about Randy Brown too. So you know what? Shout out Randy.
On Randy Brown.
But Randy, you know what? I love the insight of going behind, because when people look at losing guys, and Gordon is very highly touted, right? Like, he's very well respected.
Oh yeah.
But it's also good to hear that over all this, and a guy like Randy Brown, when you're trying to get guys right and you're hearing about how these players had the starts, I thought that was really interesting, because Randy identified Nick. Nick has been able to play at an all-pro level, and hopefully he gets back to that and continues to. He's very well respected himself. Jordan Stout had a spectacular season. And then the Ravens unit as a whole has been very solid. I know we can look at the games and Tyler Loop for this year, but when you look at the Ravens overall for the last decade, they've been rock solid on that unit. And if you want to go to the playoffs, we're talking about special teams. The one play that actually impacted special teams the most over the championship weekend was the muff punt by the Rams. Special teams play, muff punt. The Rams lose that game by, what was it, 4 points? So those moments that led to a touchdown, and that was that. So you know what? If you are new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. We're live here from 3 to 5 on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Man, that was getting all fired up. That's getting me fired up because we got to talk. Oh, we will talk baseball. Maybe we stay with the fired up conversation because there was some other comments today, yesterday, last night. When was that clip from Emmanuel Acho? Is that last night?
It was today.
Well, it got put out today. It might have been from last night. But regardless of it, do we play it? I don't know if I want to play it.
We should play.
Okay, so Zach, if you could find the clip and give me a caca when you're ready, would be great.
We already got it. We didn't need the caca because we're already ready.
No, no.
That's if we have to get ready.
No, all right. So hey, when we have the clip, caca. Oh, we have the clip. So Emmanuel Acho was on the Speakeasy, his show, his platform. So Todd Monkin, friend of the show, friend of the program. Congratulations, Todd. He's the head coach of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm happy for him. It's his first head coaching opportunity. Obviously, there's some obstacles to overcome there in Cleveland. But that's not what we're talking about. It's that Emmanuel Acho on Speakeasy made comments that, quite frankly, I'm not surprised were said, but there were shots being thrown around left and right at Todd Monkin, all former head coaches, and some advice that I don't think is maybe the most suitable to use moving forward. So let's play that clip.
Any expectation for Shedeur Sanders under Todd Monkin, I believe, will lead to disappointment. There is nothing about Todd Monkin as a head coach that should get you excited. As an offensive coordinator, you could say Lamar Jackson had an MVP season under Todd Monkin. As an offensive coordinator, Lamar Jackson had 41 touchdowns and 4 interceptions under Todd Monkin. As an offensive coordinator, you can make arguments under Todd Monkin. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships at Georgia under Todd Monkin. But as a head coach, no. Nothing about Todd Monkin as a head man gets me excited. I need to see who the offensive coordinator is going to be. That's what I need to see. But what I don't yet see, T, is like, how is Todd Monkin going to command that locker room, command that group of men? And also, if I'm Shedeur or anybody in that locker room, why am I listening to Todd Monkin? What have you won on an NFL level as a head coach? You're not even a head coach on an NFL level. So I don't even have expectations for Shedeur under Todd Monkin because I believe any expectations I would have, he would not meet. Because why am I excited about it, T? Why?
Okay, so we got a couple things to unlock here. And I know we see we have a little bit of the video issues. We're working to fix that. Appreciate your patience, but apparently you can hear us loud and clear. So should they hear me on this? Should I keep speaking?
Just keep it.
Yeah. So
don't interrupt the show.
I won't interrupt the show. So here's the thing. I know that we're in an industry in a time where there's clicks and you want to get attention. And I'm not saying specifically because I think part of it, yes, they knew that would get attention. But the other part is just, is that a serious answer in that clip? And I want to make sure, like, am I out of context? So I'm listening. All right. So you're saying expectations for Shedeur. Is that the thought? And you could say, well, unknown for a first-year coach, and Cleveland's had trouble. Like, that sounds like a decent answer, right, Zach? If you just said that, there's variables. How can Shedeur take the next step? What's it going to be like for Todd Monkin in his first time as a head coach? Whatever it's going to be. But no. What you said was Todd Monkin isn't credible enough because it's his first time being a head coach. Mm-hmm. And then you're telling a rookie coming off a up and down campaign, but he has some skill. You just blatantly said, why should you listen to the new head coach who's just your boss, by the way? And yes, he's not the offensive coordinator, but then you're also saying you want to see who the offensive coordinator is. And if I'm connecting the dots here, Zach, Todd Monkin's probably going to have a huge part of the offense because his success and MO is being an elite offensive coordinator who's won national championships for Georgia. He was the offensive coordinator with Lamar Jackson when he won his second MVP and should have won his third last year. So why on earth would you listen to a guy that's helped some of the greatest teams, players, offenses? And quite frankly, what's baffling me, Zach, the straight disrespect that you're giving to Todd Monkin and to all first-year head coaches was absolutely insane to me. Like, nothing surprises me, but is that the argument that I'm hearing correctly? Like, that's the way we wanted to go about this? It was brutal.
I will say this is a very impressive feat. And in fact, I'll say and people are talking about, this might be the most impressive feat we've seen on the internet of 2026. 6.9 million views so far on that take, 700 likes, 3.5 thousand comments, and 2.2 thousand quote tweets. And he's right, because let's be honest, why would Trevor Lawrence listen to Liam Cohen? What has he won? What did he won beforehand? Why would Caleb Williams listen to Ben Johnson? I mean, these have been atrocious outcomes, right? Both teams underperformed and were awful this year because their coaches had never won anything as a head coach before, because obviously as a first-time head coach, you need head coaching experience, because why are you not entering a head coach as the most overqualified head coach ever? You have to be a head coach before you can become a head coach.
Why would Kirk Cousins listen to Kevin O'Connell?
Exactly.
Why would Jared Goff, trying to get his career back on track, listen to Sean McVay because he hadn't won yet in LA? And
it's a great point. Why would you listen to someone who and it is incredible, because in the same sentence, why would you listen to this guy who won 2 national championships with Stetson Bennett, who is not in the National Football League? Why would you listen to someone who, like you said, Lamar won his first MVP or second MVP under and should have won his third? One of the best offenses in all of football. It's an impressive take. I'm genuinely, and I've seen a lot of people talk about, unfortunately for Acho, I'm not going to say unfortunately, you make your bed, you lay in it. He's a satire guy. You have to view it as a joke, because that's what it is. It's a joke. Why would, and
this is everybody that comes out of Fox Sports, by the way.
It is. It's a joke.
I mean, at least from that, umbrella, what the speak for yourself umbrella has been an absolute dumpster fire, and it hasn't cooled off any. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing for me is, if you want to be objective and speak honestly and openly and go, you know what? Todd's never been a head coach, and the track record for the Cleveland Browns hasn't been very good over the last couple decades, or ever since they came back into the NFL.
Yeah.
That's an objective statement, because Todd is a first-year head coach, and the Browns have been one of the worst teams in the NFL since they came back into the league when Baltimore came there. What do you got?
I just, and actually, shout out Spencer Schultz who pointed this out. You want to know, we'll keep talking about things. What has Todd Monkin done to prove? How about this? He's won the AFC North twice. Something that the Cleveland Browns, as a franchise, no, they're not new to the AFC North. They're just that pathetic of a franchise, that big of a joke of a franchise. How about he's done something twice that your entire franchise has never done? That's what we're looking for. What are we doing? Actually, funny enough, I didn't know we were talking about this today. I walked in and told Brad, I was like, did you see what Acho said? I was like, I doubt we talk about it, because why would we give him more airtime? But it's just stupid. Like, it's so stupid, like of a take. And it's like an embarrassing take. Like, there is one thing when you think of the Stephen A's and guys like that, even like the Colin Cowards, they give takes that make you go, what? But then when they explain it, you're like, I don't agree with you at all, but I sort of see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get the gist.
I get it.
Yeah, like I see. He started talking about why you don't trust Todd Monkin, and the reason why you don't trust Todd Monkin. He then gave all Todd Monkin's achievements that he's accomplished with players. And it's like, the more he explained it, you're like, wait, is he explaining why Shedeur should trust him because he's had all this success with players? And then you're like, oh no, that was his way of defending his take. And that made no sense to me. Like, I genuinely thought that this was satire. Like, I thought that he was like, when I saw the quote of, in quotes, if I'm Shedeur Sanders, why am I listening to Todd Monkin? What have you won on an NFL level? Like, I clicked the video thinking like he was going to be laughing of like, yeah, everyone wants to put it like as a joke. And I was like, oh, he's dead serious.
And again,
makes no sense.
I'm trying to find, like, to your point, I'm trying to find why it makes sense. Like you're saying about with some of the other people, if you disagree, all right, let's go back to it. And that's why I was hoping there would be more context. And the only thing I could get from that was he was saying about expectations for Shedeur. Does it change? But that's not even the point. You could just say, I don't know what to think because there's some unknowns. But the other part for me is just such a disrespectful take to not only Todd Monkin, not only is it bad advice to Shedeur, who, mentioning his name and everything that's happening, that people already have a perception, whether fair or unfair, are going towards him. But also it's just disrespectful to every coach that gets an opportunity. And also, here's my thing, guys. Like when we talk on the air here, anything that I would say out loud, I would say it to someone's face. Like I would just say, hey, this is my opinion. And, if you didn't agree with it, fine, we'll talk about it. But I have a hard, I'm trying to imagine this conversation. If Todd Monkin went up and said, okay, so explain to me what you're trying to say. And then Acho trying to backtrack. And I know he'll say, no, it's misunderstood. You made it a misunderstanding. That's what happened. And I guys, I just get tired of that shit because this is the part of the media that I just don't like. Just being blunt.
Monkin talked about with us on stream about the media perception and everything about that, and okay, the media will sit there and say stuff and they think it's a big deal and it's not, or they'll be like, oh, this person's upset, and he's like, yeah, no shit. Oh, your play calling sucks. Yeah, my wife thinks so too.
I firmly believe that that's why he came onto this show. We were the first people he talked to after the John Harbaugh firing, because he knew that we weren't going to be like everybody else, and we just had a conversation with him, and that's what we try to bring to the sports world.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you want to talk about honest conversations. You can be honest, you can be emotional, but you got to be willing to be objective to what you're saying. And you got to believe what you're saying. Like me looking at that, I think this thing that scares me is he might believe what he's saying or he might not. But regardless, everyone else is sitting there and they go, you know what? The last thing you want is your credibility when you talk about something for someone to go, oh, there he goes again.
Yep.
That's what's happening again. At the end of the day, my goal here and our goal on this show and with all the media, just try to give you the insights, have you understand more, give our opinions, and then we continue on with our day where you don't have to sit there and go, hey, I might agree or disagree, but I appreciate the conversation.
Right.
It's that simple. But for that one, man, woof. That put me in a mood earlier. That's still putting me in a mood. But you know what? I digress. It is what it is. But shirts and pants, man. I hope the best for Todd Monkin. And I know Todd's saying he wants the best for the Ravens. He has all the love. He might not want the best for 2 weeks next year when the Ravens are playing the Browns. But overall, I am so happy for Todd. I think Nick mentioned about Chris Horton, and he wants to be a head coach. The reality is not everyone's going to get a chance to be a head coach. It's hard. You could be a coach your entire life and never get that opportunity. And for Todd, he's about to be 60. And he's finally getting that first opportunity. And he finally gets to check that off the list of something that he wanted to be. It was either go to New York or be a part of something brand new to him. And he's got a tall task ahead. And obviously there's some more issues there with the whole Jim Schwartz was hoping and he didn't, get the job. And now here we are. But Todd Monkin, I hope the absolute best for him. I hope that the Brownies, man, I hope they tear it up. They don't beat the Ravens next year, but they tear it up, get second, make a postseason appearance here. and Todd gets his flowers, because I know he's been waiting for the opportunity.
I was just going to say, unfortunately, I will give him this. Emmanuel Acho, he didn't do much in the NFL, but he did one thing here that I never thought anyone could do. He's going to have me pulling for the Cleveland Browns and Todd Monkin to prove him wrong of like, hey, maybe this time. And what I will say, super cool, I put this in our chat earlier, bunch of Browns content creator and fans have found our interview with Monkin and have been quote tweeting stuff, just how ecstatic they are for him. So I'm glad the city understands how big of a hiring I genuinely think this could be for the Browns.
Yeah.
Because I love Todd. Super stoked for him. Said before, it's unfortunate it's in the AFC North, because I would love to be able to every week, like he says he's going to root like hell for the Ravens. I'd love to root like hell for Todd. Not going to be able to, at least specifically 2 times a year. But I'm glad that I think the people who actually understand who Todd Monkin is, and not just a guy who has casually won back-to-back national championships with Stetson Bennett as his quarterback, led Lamar to his one of the best statistical seasons of all time, if not the greatest. So I'm glad that people understand that Todd Monkin is that guy, and it's not just all clickbait stuff.
Oh, for sure. And you know what? Again, the biggest compliment that players, coaches can get in general, it comes from their peers. It comes from the people they interact with constantly. And Todd Monkin, even though he would have been a hell of a marriage counselor, and he will be a hell of a marriage counselor when his coaching career is done, if that's what he chooses to do, 4th and 1 every day, charges $300 an hour. But he's around because, 1, he's damn good at what he does, and 2, he's respected by his peers around there to get these opportunities. So we digress. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. We are live Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook. You can also listen on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. We will get into some baseball and get my 2 cents on all of that. It's still a slow market here, but I still have some opinions because I am kind of getting sick and tired of certain things. But what I'm not sick and tired of is the excitement around what's happening with the Ravens. Right? They got a new head coach. First time in 18 years. That's an exciting new chapter for the Baltimore Ravens. They had the press conference. We had Nick Moore, Ravens long snapper. He joined us earlier. And if you're wondering who's this guy ranting on about the Big Ten and SEC, that's Nick. But Nick expressed the excitement from the group.
Yeah.
And we're going to have another member of the Ravens community, Super Bowl winner for the Ravens, going to join us here shortly. And I'm just going to check in with him. But make sure, actually, for a little housekeeping, Brad, some people ask me about the channel memberships. Could you just explain the channel memberships real quickly for those that are looking to join the Good or Better Kids?
If you guys look over to the join button next to subscribe, you'll be able to check out the Rips Better Kids or the Rips Good Kids. It really just an opportunity for you to help support the channel even more so than you are doing right now. And in return, we give you all kinds of access to behind-the-scenes content as well as high-value interviews, see them before the rest of the world does. And it's just, again, another way to help show support for the channel. We're always continuing to improve that in different ways. Rip also does private live streams up there. And there might be a wild Nick Moore live streaming at some point this year. So if you guys want to help us out, continue to support the channel, you love what we're doing and you want to continue to see it grow, join one of those channel members over there at the join button next to subscribe is where you want to be, and would love to see you guys over in the group.
That'd be great. And also, who texted me about doing a little Rip After Dark because he was feeling frisky? Rocco texted me, Rip After Dark, ? Because I haven't asked you or talked about it, so that's how I know you're itching for it.
Yeah.
If you're texting me about it, you're itching for it. And I'm just having a Ryan message.
The other Ryan?
Yes, we did that. And just so you guys know, we're going to have Jamie Sharper, former Baltimore Raven, former Super Bowl champion. He's going to join us here. And yesterday, if you guys missed it, we had 2 great guests, Haruki Nakamura, Raven, and he also had the origin story of coming from Cincinnati, which I didn't realize was a pipeline Cincinnati University for Ravens.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh associated there. Jesse Minter was a grad assistant there. Who else? Mike Mickens, new defensive back coach for the Baltimore Ravens. He was a teammate of Haruki. Who else am I missing? And then also just in general, Cincinnati's developed quite a bit of talent here over the years. Yeah. And the Kelsey brothers, both Cincinnati Bearcats, they're going to go into the Hall of Fame. Not a bad. A lot of Cincinnati ties. Yeah. Lot of ties there. Well, I guess while we'll wait, I sent a message. We'll see what's going on with Jamie. And Jamie, if you can hear us, sent you a message in the chat here. If you got any issues, let us know. And when you're ready, we'll bring you on. You just let us know when that works for you. But guys, I wish that things were moving a little bit quicker overall. Oh, there he is. I wish things were moving quicker on the offseason for baseball. And don't worry, something's got to come to a head here. Why? Because in 2 weeks, baseball spring training starts, which we will be down there, spring training in March. We'll explain that. We'll be out in San Francisco at Media Radio Row next Monday. We'll also explain all that. We have guests lined up, so that could change our timing. But, Jamie, give me a thumbs up when you're ready to rock and roll. All right, perfect. Okay, so reason why we're having Jamie Sharper join us, well, yeah, he's got the Raven ties. 25 years ago, the Ravens won Super Bowl 35. Damn, 25 years. I wonder, I'm going to ask him how he feels about that. But he's beloved here in Baltimore. Let's bring on – and new defensive coordinator, I'm pretty sure is what I'm hearing. Let's bring on Jamie Sharper. Jamie, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing? I've heard you backstage for a while talking, so I was back here waiting for you to let me in.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We didn't see the camera pop up, so I tried to message you. We didn't want to surprise you.
Got you.
Get you off guard. Well, hey, first off, congratulations yourself. Got the news. It's been announced. You're going to be defensive coordinator for the Louisville Kings in the UFL. How are you feeling about the opportunity?
I'm feeling great about it. I've been working with the UFL/XFL for the last 3 years. Started with Reggie Barlow with the DC Defenders. I was a special teams coordinator and also the linebacker coach. So last year I was still with the DC team, and we won the UFL championship with a new coach, Shannon Harris, at the helm. So every year in the spring league, stuff changes up. New ownership group comes in. Mike Rapole from Noble came in, took over. He moved some teams around, and lucky for me, he moved the team to Louisville. So Louisville has a team, and it's the old Memphis team. And the head coach of the Louisville team is Chris Redmond, Ravens' former quarterback. And he called me about coming over and being a defensive coordinator and helping those guys out. So I'm happy to do it. I know all about the spring ball and the UFL. So we're going to have a great team, and we're going to have a great organization for Louisville Kings and the UFL itself.
Which is amazing. It's always a Ravens connection, right? There's always something back to Baltimore.
Entire friends.
Yeah, you know what? It's true. And I mean, we're kind of starting to see that here, at least over the years. Well, John Harbaugh, he went to the Giants, and he's trying to bring some members of his staff. Todd Monkin, the offensive coordinator, now being the head coach for the Brownies, he's trying to bring some guys that he's friends with from Baltimore. And then here's Jesse Minter, who is assembling his staff, and there's some familiar faces, but you were actually there today at the Castle, if I'm not mistaken, correct? So look, I know that there's so much pride in this organization. You were able to be a part of the early stages of creating that play like a Raven and what the Ravens were going to end up being for the last, 2.5 decades then since the Super Bowl. But just give me your initial thoughts and the feelings of being in the building as the Ravens now have announced the 4th ever head coach, right, in Ravens history.
Yeah, it was a great feeling. We were invited. Matt Little, who does a lot of the relations with the former legends, invited us and some other players. I've been back, of course, plenty of times for different tailgates, and they had the reunion for us for our 2000 Super Bowl this past year against the Steelers game. So I've been around the organization a lot, but to really get behind what GM Eric DeCosta is doing And what Mr. Bisciotti's doing in pushing this team to another level. This is the 2026 Ravens and a new agenda of trying to get this championship to Baltimore. And that's what you want for Baltimore. That's what you want for a former Raven. That we want that. So he chose mentor, and who's a great coach, and we're behind whatever he decides to do. And we're just showing our support for the organization and for the higher ups who chose Jesse.
Yeah, there's a brotherhood here with the Ravens, you know, and it's really, it stems from any generation of being a Raven, right? You know, you guys were considered the foundational pieces. You know, that's the first Super Bowl, but, you know, times passed, and each year the different generations have the same thoughts, same feeling. And I think that's why that these moments, they want to have their legends come back and their members come back, because it has that family and community feel. Now, I grew up in Baltimore, Jamie, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I do believe, and you've obviously played for a couple different organizations. You know, there is something special about Baltimore here, and they're very particular about who they bring into this, you know, new fraternity of head coaches and who they bring in to be and represent the Baltimore Ravens.
I think that is the case when you know somebody who's been in the building, who's been on the sidelines as a Ravens coach, and then you see him go off and go to Vanderbilt, like you talked about, to be a D coordinator, go to Michigan, win a championship. He's gone other places and done well. And then to learn from the Harbaughs, both brothers, I mean, they're winners. Nothing you can say about the Harbaughs or anything, but they're winners. So when you pull from that tree, you're pulling hopefully a new winner for your organization. And that's why you go back with Jesse, the things he's done and how he carries himself and his family. You just know that he's the right person for this job and for leading Baltimore into this new era, and hopefully getting this championship for this generation of younger Baltimore Ravens fans, so they can remember I was there for a championship.
Mm-hmm. And that's the goal, right? It's I guess it was every 12 years. You know, it was 2000, 2012. We're a little bit overdue for another world championship in Baltimore. Jamie, I had Adalis Thomas on yesterday. And so Adalis used to come up and play basketball at the house for some pickup games. You never came up to play in those pickup games, did you?
I did not. Nope. I was down in Houston and where I was living for a while. I just moved back to the area in 2015, so I've been around more since then. But I never played the basketball with those guys. I was too old.
Hey, you know what? I got to say, since you mentioned Houston, and so in 2000, I'm a lot younger than I look, okay? I want to preface that because I was only 7 years old when you guys won in 2000 or Super Bowl 35. But I got to say, man, like, you were part of that team where that was where my love really grew strong for the Ravens. And I was heartbroken when I realized that there was going to be the Texans and they were having that draft and they were taking guys for the expansion. I didn't understand it because for that draft, right, it was you and was it Jermaine Lewis?
Jermaine Lewis, correct. Yep.
Oh, man, I was so mad. I'm like, why does Jamie want to leave? Why is Jermaine leaving? And then my parents had to explain, no, they expanded for the draft. Can you explain what that
inside information, you know, that it was supposed to be an expansion draft, so you're not supposed to know who's going to get drafted, but I knew the year before that they were going to pick me. So that's a little inside information. So
how did you know?
Well, that's how they structured my contract. So my contract was structured so some of the money was pushed off to past the expansion draft time, so that Houston would take that money and they'll take care of it instead of Baltimore. So I knew I was getting drafted to expansion draft a year before. So
damn. Wow.
Inside information.
It's a business. Hey, you know what? Secret's out now. That's crazy. Well, okay, so I guess it wasn't a surprise to you, but what was it like then of going, hey, the Texans have selected Jamie Sharper and a place where you just won a Super Bowl?
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. Yeah. The biggest thing about my free agent year after the Super Bowl was that Billick told me, like, all right, you can go out here and see how much you're worth and go different places, but always come back here and give us a chance to bring you back. So that always stuck with me when I was going to different organizations. They were Holmgren was asking me, "Are you going back to Baltimore? Or do we even need to negotiate with you? Are you going back?" So I had to play the role like, "Nah, I'm not going back." But I always in the back of my mind, I want to give Baltimore one more chance to sign me so I can make to defend that championship title. I wanted to do that. And that's what a lot of us wanted to do, defend the championship title and be the top dog. We didn't get it done that next year, but we definitely had a legacy we put forth on the ground. And Bisciotti took it and just built on it with another championship. Now we have Mentor coming in. He's going to build on it. He's going to get another championship. So it's going to keep building up, especially for the younger generation. Like guys, like you said, when you were young at 7 years old, you saw the first championship. We need that 2020 to 2030 kid to see Baltimore Ravens win a championship to solidify him as a Baltimore Ravens fan for the future.
I mean, that's the goal. And it's a new wave. I mean, obviously, I know I grew up on the Ravens being such an offensively centric team, right? Trent Dilfer and Lamar Jackson have almost the same skill sets, But you're right. It's the evolution of all this. But
yep. I was thinking during the press conference, like a question that somebody should ask Jesse, like, what does he feel his stamp is going to be on the team? Is it going to be on the defensive side? Or is it going to be making sure Lamar gets to a certain level? Because I look back at Harbaugh's years and his championship he won. We won that Super Bowl, or they won it with special teams. Special teams made the big plays when they needed to. Rest of his soul, Jacoby, he made big plays that year. The return in the Super Bowl. I mean, it was just epic. And Harbaugh is a special teams coach, and the special teams played well that year. So I kind of wonder what things does he envision as going to be the emphasis of the team going forward,
Yeah, we know he's a defensive guy, but you're right. Like the Ravens have been looked at as Lamar, the playmaker. Now the thing that people want to see is bring back that 2000s Ravens defense that's just going to knock your head off, and then they're just going to suffocate you defensively, or it's just going to take the life out of you. Now it's a different day and age. You guys, you guys were mean sons of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back in the day. But that's what started that feeling. I know that fans would probably want to see that back. So why don't we go back to that for 25 years? And first off, I'm sorry to say 25 years to make you go, damn, it's been a while. Does it feel like it's been 25 years since Super Bowl 35?
I think it feels like it when I look at the YouTube and it's not 4K, it's not HD, it's almost something else when I look at it on TV. But my kids still enjoy it and watch it and see my highlights, so it's fun. The biggest thing is the reunions. We can see guys like we did today, Kadri Ishmael, Harry Swain, and seeing those guys again, knowing that they're still, doing well. Then you start talking about the past. But 25 years ago, I think I'm probably happy about that transition of being a new franchise for a year or 2 or 3 years, and then stamping it with a championship in 2000. That you were really solidifying something that can grow. Baltimore had the team that left and went to Cleveland. So every time we played Cleveland, we had to fight against those guys, and they talk about, oh, you guys are our old team, and back and forth and what have you. But when we solidified that championship and we won, then we built a new identity for the Baltimore Ravens in 2000 going forward. So
look at that young man.
I remember going in 1997 when I first came to Baltimore when I was drafted, and I'm going down 33rd Street to the old Memorial Stadium with the baseball team used to be at, and the locker rooms were real small. And then they're going to the new stadium down on Russell, and then to win a championship. You just know that you definitely brought something new to the city that they can build on and love for a long time.
I mean, it brought back. There's a lot of hurt. I know Browns fans feel that way about the Ravens. They don't they don't like the Ravens too much up in Cleveland, but. People were so upset when the Colts left Baltimore. So to see the Ravens, start up here and to see how quickly that turned around, it reminded people how much they have such a pride for football here. I still think the roots of baseball here, and I grew up in a baseball family. So, I mean, Orioles have been here since 1954, but they haven't won in 42 years, Jamie. And I get reminded of it every single year that they don't. And if you ever asked my dad that he thought, if you said in 2 years, his first 2 years, he'd be rookie of the year, MVP, win a World Series, well, great. We'll be back to one. And they never went back. Winning's hard. Winning is special. Billick says he didn't want to go there when you guys were going to win. When you were kicking ass, and I don't even know what the score was ended up at that point, but was there a point when it kicked in that you were going to win the Super Bowl down there in Tampa?
Well, we beat the Raiders, so it was a tough game, won by not that many points, less than 10 points. But then we watched the film of the Minnesota Vikings in the game they played against the Giants, and they didn't give up any fight. They got blown out, and it was kind of like we had to go through Tennessee Titans, who probably would have won the Super Bowl if they would have beat us, Tennessee Titans, that year. Greg Williams defense and all that. Then we had to beat Denver. Then we had to go and beat the Raiders on the road in the black hole. So we were battle tested, and our defense travels. So when we saw that Minnesota didn't even give up a fight against the Giants, and they thought they were good coming into it, we knew we were going to dominate them. Chris McAllister talked about we were going to shut them out, which came out in the press a lot that week. And we did shut them out on defense. They just got a kickoff return, for a touchdown. That's it. So it was impressive. We still have a lot of records in the record books that are probably will last for a long time with where the offense is nowadays. But it was definitely a dominating victory. And rest in peace, my man, Tony Siragusa. I love him. He got us not gaining out that game against the Raiders, which helped us propel us to the Super Bowl to get that victory.
There's so many Goose stories that I've heard. And, Brandon Stokely talked about how Goose gave him a hard time and also belted him with a paintball gun. Adalis was saying Billick had fines for weights, and he never missed a workout, but then he was late one time, and the fine was pretty astronomical for a guy that I think Adalis said he was a 6th-round pick. And Goose went into Billick's office, and Billick then called Adalis up and said, "Oh, you're sending the big boys after me." Because we're going to, hey, I'm going to wipe this clean, but the fine's going to be this and doubled whatever the next one is going to be. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a Goose story, Jamie, but is there moments that you take away, and it doesn't have to be necessarily what happened on the field, but is there a fun memory before I let you get out of here that sticks?
There's always fun memories, especially with the team. Tony lived down the street from me. We both lived on Championship Court. 52 Championship Court is where I live, and he was down there. I was a rookie. His wife used to make wedding soup for me and give me some food and take care of me and stuff. So it was fun living near Goose. I think the biggest stories that I remember are just the fact that we used to actually eat together, hang together, and be around each other off the field. And that kind of built up you could talk to people differently when you actually break bread, eat with them, and actually spend time outside of your work environment with them. You could talk to them differently, get them to do or work even harder than they think they can work because you're actually a friend and you're actually someone that they care about. So when you do that, you can definitely build a great team. And I think that's what we had, whether we were guys from the East Coast, West Coast, or what have you. We always knew that we were together trying to make things happen for the Ravens and the defense. And I think you might have heard this story, but after the training camp that year going into the Super Bowl, Marvin Lewis came and talked to us, said, "You guys could have a good defense, guys can keep guys off the scoreboard." Jack Del Rio talked about the same thing. But then the head coach came in and told us, nobody doesn't have to score on you guys as long as you, Ray Lewis, play within the defense. You, Michael McCrary, play within the defense and don't go outside of it. Fuck the Pro Bowls and all that. If you play within the defense, you guys can have one of the best defenses ever. And we're like, oh, okay. He's talking to Ray. He's talking to a Pro Bowler. He's talking to Mike. So it's like we kind of stood up like, oh, this is different. So then from there on, we got that first shutout against the Bengals. It was like downhill. We were just, all right, we can do whatever we want to as long as we play with the team. And the offense had some struggles, but we had their back. We kept guys off the scoreboard. And that's a historic year, historic points, only giving them 9 points a game. And I think it all came from that training camp. And I think we all knew what happened before that training camp. But the fact that we came together as a unit, I think it all happened in that training camp.
And that certainly sounds like Billick. Getting to know Brian, it's funny. I go, hey, you've had some colorful moments when you addressed some players. And he goes, oh, I might have said a few words, to get a message across. We know the one with the Titans was one of the biggest ones. And
It was.
Side note, I don't know if you knew this. You're talking about McAllister. You know,
Mhm.
McAllister's the one that broke my dad's ribs his final year playing basketball. Yeah. Right. I remember watching that whole sequence. And I laugh. I haven't talked to Chris about it because I'm trying
Chris is actually going to be on my staff with the Kings.
Oh,
so
yeah?
I'm going to tell him about it. Yeah, he's going to be on my staff. So he's down in Texas, and he's the coach of the corner. So I'm going to talk to him about it.
Well, hey, tell him, we had talked in the past. I said, hey, he goes, yeah, I'd love to come on. Well, hey, tell Chris to come make his case. Why what the hell happened, man? Was it a clean play? Was it dirty? I mean, I was young. But my dad's like, yeah, he goes, he packs a punch. Like he's what's the correct term? It's like a shit house. A brick shit house.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't want to mess with Chris either. I don't want to get hit by him. Cal, you might be 6'4", 230, but Chris packs a punch, dude. And it was a loose ball, shoulder, whammy, but it ended up, it was 2 weeks before my dad's last spring training.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So there it was. But
my
dad wanted to remind me, he goes, we still won the game. We still kicked the ass. I go, okay, that sounds about right.
I was asking your dad one time. I saw him about what age did he let you throw the curveball, and he was telling me about how he doing something with his fingers or something.
Yeah, yeah. The way to throw. You know what? Damn, that just opened up this whole thought in my mind, Jamie. Like that is now it's hours of my dad explaining at a young age of when to throw it, and he wouldn't have me throw at a certain angle so it wouldn't hurt my elbow. I had to throw it more over the top. Yep, there it is. Told me.
Yeah, because I'm worried about my son. My son's the 10th grade, and I got him playing baseball, but he's a strong arm, but I don't want him doing too much because I hear about all these these elbow surgeries and stuff. So I'm like, when should he throw a curveball? And he's like, well, he had you throwing early, but he had you doing it with his wrist more than the elbow and all that.
Yeah, so did he give you the demonstration?
He did, yeah.
He did. That sounds about right, too. You know what? The funny thing is, if he answers my call later on, I'll mention it to him again. Yeah. But I guarantee you, he's going to go right down that rabbit hole, and he's going to tell me the exact thing about how you spin it. You want to snap your finger almost when you throw it, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm back to being 10 years old again. Mm-hmm. Hey, Jamie, I appreciate your time.
Definitely.
I'm glad that I'm excited for you to help out and coaching again with friends, with Redmond, McAllister. That'll be a blast. But I appreciate you continuing to be a bright spot for the Ravens community. And I'm glad you feel the same way about Baltimore. And I appreciate your time. And tell Chris to come defend his case.
I will. I'll give him a call.
All right, Jamie. Appreciate you, man. Have a great rest of your day and talk to you soon.
Y'all take care.
Thank you,
Sharp,
Jamie.
Everybody. I didn't want to bring up, Zach, that you were not born yet.
No, I was a year old.
He was in 2000?
Oh, 2001. Damn.
Yeah, because I turned 26.
Well, then clearly you remembered it.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I was partying that night. Back with the
Just
boys.
milk drunk.
Yeah,
To the window, to the wall.
Ray Lewis and the boys out there when we were young. Big Stover guy that year.
Stover.
I came out the womb loving special teams. The first words were 1/3 of the game. It's a third of the game. People doubt it.
Sugar. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. There's always a Saragusa moment, right? That's always talking about his impact. And I love the fact that I know we talk about national stories, and I know we talk about a lot of things, but we got a lot of pride for Maryland. We got a lot of pride for the teams in Baltimore, but it's because, hey, not only the teams, but the community, it's special. Yeah. And we feel that way about our community. And speaking of our community, Laura, whoa.
Damn.
Whoa. Want to press that button real quickly? Whoa.
Which one?
The Laura's donation. Well, that's amazing, too. I was saying click the donation button real quick.
Okay, well, I got you.
Got it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I did not know what he was doing right there.
What did you think I was doing?
I didn't. I thought I didn't.
Wait, you want to catch the chair?
You had just a pole.
Yeah, I know. I make this thing. This is light work. You see, this is light work. This is nothing. Zach,
it is a pretty light chair.
Yeah. No, this weighs about 130 pounds.
Oh, sure.
It's just easy.
Alex is celebrating. Alex Bear.
Yeah. A-Rod. The real A-Rod.
A-Rod, yeah, the real A-Rod.
Is that a teddy bear? Yes.
Yeah, so the truth be told of that story, A-Rod or Alex's people. Alex Rodriguez. I got that teddy bear. My dad's last year, 2001. He was turning 8, and the Orioles were playing in Texas, in Arlington, the old stadium. And Alex there, that was the gift.
When Alex Rodriguez gives you a teddy bear, you put it on screen.
Should we call him A-Bear?
Yeah, I like that.
Ooh,
I like
A-Bear.
A-Bear.
A-Bear. He's a beast, man.
It's a giant ass bear.
Giant. So growing up, when we put that in my room,
Yeah,
it would be on a chair across from my bed. So when I'd wake up sometimes and I wasn't used to that thing, I'd wake up and that thing's just fucking staring at me. And I'd be, and I know he's big.
It's like a real life Monsters Inc. moment.
Like I really thought I'd look up and it's just staring at me. Like, what the hell's happening? Is that thing gonna get me? It might.
The same size torso.
Yeah, look at that.
Unreal.
Alex Rodriguez wanted to make sure that you didn't forget that bear.
A-Bear. Yeah, we took that from Texas, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? He's gonna just go chill. Dude, he's a beast.
He is a beast.
He's a beast. And you guys, well, you're beasts in my book, but in a good way. You guys are good kids. You're great kids. We appreciate you. And if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. We do this live every Monday through Friday right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Also, you can listen on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Hit that follow button. Leave a review. Help us continue to get the good word out. It is crazy to think here when we're reminiscing. It's a little Throwback Thursday action. Guys, like we are now technically into our 3rd season of coverage, but we've only technically been doing it for about 2 years consistently and 4 months. September 2023. We started doing this twice a week.
Oh, and she's buying drinks. Look at this.
Oh, sugar.
I'm turning 40 when we're down there.
I forgot to tell everyone I don't drink anymore.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Just kidding. I might have a beverage right after this. Just kidding. I actually got to go drive to do the hot stove.
I was about to be like, wait a second. In my head, I was like, oh, is he getting? I was like, he's got a show.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah. I got to go talk some ball. Hot stove on 105.7 The Fan from 6 to 7.
That's the
But
most opposite thing of what's happening. Stove being hot. It's not.
So like, and that, maybe since we brought that up, I need to get some things off my chest because I have now for the last week, days. When did Freddie Peralta get traded? Last Saturday.
Hey Ryan, where's Framber Valdez going?
Yeah.
Is he signing today with the Orioles? Did you see the call sheet stuff? It was up to 97% at one point. Call sheet's never lied.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get this over with. You guys want to know if Framber Valdez is signing?
Yes.
You want to know? You want to know the truth? You can't handle the truth. Zach, movie.
Oh, no. How do you not know this
The
movie?
truth, you can't.
All right. That's the next one he's watching.
Yeah, what is it? I feel like I've watched it. You can't handle the truth.
Jack Nichols.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
No, that's on me.
That's disappointing because I was really about to get it. But do you guys want to know the truth if Framber Valdez is signing? A Few Good Men, Zach. It's A Few Good Men.
Yeah. Tom Cruise.
Write that
Jack
down.
Nicholson. God, now you got to watch it.
Write that down.
No,
Did you write it down?
Yeah, I have to text Nate to write it down.
That's another like testosterone boosting movie.
That scene is
Iconic.
nails. But do you want to know the truth about Framber Valdez? Well, here's my truth about Framber Valdez. I do not care anymore.
Thank you. Say it for the people on the back. I don't care. I'm so with you.
Over it.
Keep going. Sign with us. Don't. I could care less.
I I just want him to sign. I don't care if it's in Baltimore, Toronto, San Francisco. Is there a team in Guatemala? Is there a team over in Australia? There is. There's a team in Japan. Wherever, I'm over it.
Yep.
I'm completely over it. Because here's the deal. Whether the Orioles sign this or not, and this is the honest truth, this is not going to, at this moment, going to make or break if the Orioles are going to go to the World Series. It is nice if you get a good pitcher. It is nice if you get a frontline guy. It enhances your staff significantly. But at the end of the day, if you don't get one now, you're going to have to get one later. And if you're not sold on this guy, then go get another guy. That's it. But the thing for me, and I get it, man, like I 100% get it. But at some point, if he signs here, great. If he doesn't sign, great. You got to move on. And this is how players are going to think. They're not sitting there going, damn, man, if we don't get Framber Valdez, we are absolutely screwed. Hell no, no one's thinking that. It just needs to end. Sign somebody else. And I know what I also hate. You want the truth? What I also hate, if you can handle this, I hate when people go, I would be shocked if the Orioles don't sign Framber. No, you're not going to be freaking shocked.
That's
Have you seen baseball?
Just a clear indicator that he's actually not signing in Baltimore.
Also a clear indicator you've never followed Baltimore sports. The Orioles are going to get this star player. Yeah, I've fallen for that every year, and then we only finally got it this past season with Pete Alonso.
Correct.
But Rip, I'm so on board with you. I've seen so many people are like, oh, what if Framber goes to this place? Don't care. Oh, what if he signs here? Don't care. Oh, but do you think he's going to help the Orioles? Don't care. Wait, we don't know why he isn't signing. That's why I'm laid back like this, because I don't care anymore. Maybe he goes to the Orioles. That'd be cool. If he doesn't, that's also really cool. Just let's just get it over with. Like, I really don't care. And that's what sucks, is because like if he signs here, it genuinely, like, the excitement that I would have had 2 weeks ago, I'm just going to be like, it's almost like a thing where instead of being like, holy crap, they signed Framber, like, this is awesome, I'm going to be like, oh, fucking time. Like, yeah. At least, oh, thanks for realizing that people were waiting on you, Framber. Like, it just, I don't know. Is he trying? I've seen like stuff with the Giants. If he goes to San Francisco, good for him. Enjoy San Francisco. If he goes to the Dodgers because they just decide they want everyone at this point, go to the Dodgers. Who cares? So
I do selfie reaction videos after on Instagram where I just, right after the moment of, whoa, hey, so-and-so signs and I explain. This is the selfie video. All right. About fucking time. Whatever it is. Like, and it's not, and again, I don't blame the decision. I just, when you're going through this process, and I mean this wholeheartedly, guys, go get your bread. Go get the money. Go do what you got to do. I don't fault Framber for a second for wanting to get the most money he thinks he should get. But for me personally, this isn't going to be something where I'm going to feel any differently about the Baltimore Orioles. If you sign them, you're excited, but guess what? You were really excited when Corbin Burns got traded to the Orioles. And you know what happened? The Orioles didn't win the World Series then. You don't win the World Series right now. Is it exciting if you sign a new piece? Sure. But you know what I care about? How is this team going to prepare for a first-time manager and with players coming back from injury that need to try to take the next step? And how does the guys that you currently have get ready to play? That's what I care about. Because when you look throughout baseball, teams that have success, they do little things right. They figure out what makes them tick. And the earlier you figure that out, regardless of your staff, you're going to have a chance. And then if you do those things right, then go look at June, July, whatever it is, whammy. All right, we need to make some moves. And you need to be aggressive. Well, then we talked about earlier that Kirk Cignetti puts his nuts on the line. Well, you go put your nuts on the line and you make a move.
Yep.
Again, I tweeted out also just saying I hope he signs somewhere soon. They go, well, Ryan, what are you telling me about it? He's coming to the Orioles. I don't know. I don't know. He could. He might not. But my bigger concern is not about that. And it never has been. It's cool. It's awesome. It makes you feel good. You know what you do if you win the offseason? You know what it gets you? You guys want to just what does the offseason get you, Zach?
Nothing.
Now, did you address pieces? Yeah, that was nice. Does it help to spend money? Yeah, it does. But it doesn't mean jack shit if you don't go out there and play with who you have. And here's the other part. If it is this holdup is about money and years, okay, that's fine. You're trying to get the most out of it. But if it's down to you picking where you want to be, clearly that isn't decided. And if it's that close, you want guys that want to be here, whoever it's going to be. And it's not just Framber. It's not. Zach Gallen hasn't signed yet either.
Mm-mm.
Those are the two names that are sitting there. That if you're going to be like, oh, those guys could be gems of deals this offseason, they're not signed. Then you have the other guys. Verlander, Bassett. Those are more depth. But, man, I am over it. Was that enough of my rant for today? Maybe I should have said grind my gears.
I think you're good.
On Tuesday. Am I good, Zach? Sorry, guys. Sorry for raising my voice in here.
No, I think everyone is just over the whole Framber thing. Like, is he? And it's just like
we are tired.
Just and like all of this for a guy who's going to be back in free agency next year because he just wants out. Like, I don't think he wants to play for any of the teams offering him stuff. The teams he wants to play for don't see enough value in him. I don't know how the whole situation in Houston, like it is telling, and maybe he for some reason goes back there, but has Houston even been in any discussion like that we've heard? Like, this seems like a whole big, just everyone waiting around for one guy that, like you said, Ryan, no World Series champions getting crowned on January 29th. So like, there's still so much work to be done for everyone. At this point, if I'm an Orioles fan, give me Zach Gallen and let's just ride. Like, just let's go.
Can I just to close this out, and I'll manage my inner Todd Monkin here. Did you see John Heyman's tweet yesterday?
No.
Okay, let me pull this up for you. Zach, do you know where I'm going with this?
No, actually, I don't.
Okay, so here we are, and the longer it goes, you wonder which teams are in. And this is why nothing should surprise you. I want to emphasize, nothing should surprise you in baseball. But here's my thing. Where the hell is this damn photo that I just took? All right, I think this is it. We're going to find out. Hopefully it's not, me with the bear. All right, so John Heyman, here's the tweet. Teams that are considering starting pitching with 2 weeks to go. And you think, oh, this is a short list? Well, let me just hold on 1 second. Here are the teams. The Orioles, the Tigers, the D-backs, the Padres, the Braves, the Yankees, the Cubs, the Angels, the Giants, Rays, A's, White Sox, maybe Jays, Marlins, Phillies. So wait, you're telling me half the league still wants pitching? No shit. Like, who isn't looking to make some pitching decisions? But that's the part of the offseason that we're at right here. John Heyman just listed 15 teams.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting fatigued with it. And I love answering guys' questions. I love the passion. I love all of it. And believe me, I want for the people of Baltimore to see the Orioles win. I do so badly. I understand it. Most important thing is who you have. Are they good to go? Kyle Bradish, Trevor Rogers, they feel good to go. How are you ready to combat the Yankees and the Blue Jays, who had the top record tied last year in the American League? How do you get ready to face the Red Sox, who got better? How do you get ready for a 162? That's what I care more about, not whether or not someone signs. So I hope Framber, Zach, whoever it is in Baltimore, but I ain't losing sleep over this anymore.
No.
I'll be honest, I wasn't losing sleep over it in the beginning. And I hope for everyone, for your sake and your sanity, take a deep breath. It's all going to be all good. And remember, if the Orioles suck next year, it's easy. Just blame me. It's fine. We've been down this road before.
I do it.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
The O's are fine. Is that what you want to hear? Is that what we want to hear, Brad? You want me to say that?
Yeah.
We'll bring it back.
Bring it back. Run it back.
Run it back. But I appreciate you guys. Okay. All right, I'm good. I need a bear hug. Where's Alex Bear? Where's A Bear? A Bear, I need a hug. Goodness. On a separate note, I had someone message me.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Bear. Yeah, he's ashamed of himself now.
Yeah.
They're there. It's okay. It's okay. You didn't mean it. This could be Orioles fans. Hey, they're there. It's okay. Whether you sign a starter or not, it's okay. It's all right. Shh. It's okay. This is getting a little bit out of control here. On a positive note, though, did you guys hear about the Ryan meetups?
Yeah, have you never seen those?
I heard a little bit about it. But no.
Yeah.
Brad, are you aware of the Ryan meetups?
No.
Zach, would you like to explain the Ryan meetups?
I would like where all the Ryans meet up.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, everyone named Ryan's meeting up at the same place.
Yeah.
Have you seen them chanting in the subway? Ryan.
I feel like we should bring that to Baltimore.
I'm not invited. You were the only one that would go to that.
No,
you should go. What you should do is go to one of those and live stream it.
That would be electric.
Yeah, that's like where the content is. If
we bring all the Ryans in here?
We wouldn't be able to fit all the Ryans in here. We have a lot of square footage back here, but they were taking up multiple subway cars.
What could be big enough? Do we go to like Power Plant and we do a Ryan meetup?
You're gonna need to get everyone on the field at Camden Yards, just standing on the field.
Uncle David or Father David?
No,
Uncle Mike, Father David?
No, I think it would all be uncle.
I think they're all unks. Yeah.
I think they're all
you don't want to be calling anybody else your daddy but your daddy.
Well, no, it wouldn't be daddy. Ew, that doesn't even sound right. But I meant
father is the same thing as daddy, in my opinion.
So father sounds way, way more respectable.
Sure. Yeah, if you're a priest.
I'm just saying. Okay, time out. So I have kids later on in life. Let's play out this scenario. Okay?
Yeah.
I have kids. And then I'll say this. Hi, I am Zach's father, which kind of, besides his own dad, I am kind of Zach's father on the show.
This is not making your case at all.
Okay, what's better?
Lost the plot.
Yeah.
Time out. But what if you go, actually, I'm Zach. Hey, I'm Zach's daddy.
Yes, that is way. But
that sounds worse, right?
We were talking uncle versus father.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you could just say dad.
And also you have to say unk. You're like the unk.
What about Poppy? If we're gonna go,
that is like reserved for like very specific people like David or like they're
my teammates would say, "What's up, Poppy?"
City, to have an entire city refer to you as that, you gotta have a big home run and a big moment in the playoffs.
Yeah,
dude, I'm telling you,
you gotta swing a big stick.
My team. That's why my teammates called me Poppy. Oh, what is happening here? Ryan meetup. Okay, so Ryan meetup, or you guys also seen that page about love, like how much that person loves Ryan, like the Love Ryan page. I'm trying to feel better here, okay?
Yeah, I got you. Hey, poll today. We didn't really talk about it.
Oh, you got the poll up? I'm sorry.
That's right. Best food to eat when it's fucking cold out.
When do you what?
Best food to eat when it's fucking cold out.
Oh, what do you have?
That's literally the exact words.
What do you have?
Soup, and I told people to let us know their favorites, but nobody chimed in on that. Chili. I put in there like a beef stew because it's not really like soup. And then a pot roast is the other option. Or if you have other better ones or ones that your go-tos.
Sorry, first one was
Soup.
no preference, just any.
Well, I couldn't like just put like what kind of soup because there's so many different types.
I'll tell you, it's chicken noodle soup.
Chicken noodle. Okay.
Yeah. Or I mean, I will say I love me a good chili.
I was gonna say it's chili.
Yeah, 67% of the vote was chili.
I just feel like that is like the most stereotypical. Like it's cold outside. Let me get a big hot bowl of chili.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very. Yeah, that makes the most sense. But then the whole thing, like, how far are chili and soup really? Like they're cousins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like a cousin from a different place, like from a colder place.
Okay,
like your
well, time
cousin,
out.
your family up north.
well, chili is also, right? It's tomato based.
Yeah.
So tomato soup and chili would be
Yeah, so
would be
soup.
first cousins.
What the fuck?
No, but I'm saying soup, like chicken noodle soup for me and chili, they're not cousins.
No.
They're
No,
not.
but the
No. That's not,
no, I would say
tomato
that
soup
very-
and
if
chili
you're-
are.
Yeah, I would say no, they're not like closely, but they're cousins. They're in the same realm. If you're eating it and it's like because there's like soupier, obviously chilies, and then there's thicker chilies. And like I believe that they're
Ooh.
close. Like they are closer related
Love me
than
a
chili
good
and a sandwich.
white chicken chili. That's good stuff.
That is good.
White chicken chili. You know what I mean?
Kind of.
Like if we're talking about the entire food group, like yes, chicken noodle soup and chili, you don't think that they're like, oh, that's not related, but like in the grand scheme of things of like chili and soup are closer than chili and pizza. So it's like cousins. It's like in the family. You can say second cousins for that and first cousins for like a tomato base, but like they are connected. They're still the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
It's the idea, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, Sam's saying like step siblings, you know? Like tomato soup and chili are like step siblings. And then like chicken noodle is like the cousin of the tomato based soup. So it's like, okay, they're cousins, step cousins, but they're still related.
And you thought I was going off the rails here, Brad?
I feel like I just gave a fantastic, I think.
Cousins, step cousins.
I don't know what. Yeah, this wasn't the direction I was expecting.
Okay, but you know what? I would say
It's a pretty straightforward answer.
Okay, I would say chicken noodle soup was my go-to growing up. As an adult, chili. Chicken noodle soup was the go-to when it was cold.
Okay. Yeah.
Chili now as an adult,
So you've grown up a little
I
bit.
feel like I've grown up a little bit. Are
Yeah.
you a chili guy?
No, I'm a soup guy. So when I was growing up, my mom always made this chicken corn soup.
Okay.
You guys have ever had that? But it's just like a
variation.
yeah. So now I am an adult and I make my own chicken corn soup, and it's just like try to find new ways to bring new flavors into it. And it's just like, you got the potatoes, we put hard-boiled eggs in ours, and like obviously chicken and celery, onions, and dumplings. She'll put dumplings in it too.
So it's almost like you're adding saying it's like a
Corn,
ramen
obviously.
or a pho, but like it has a little bit of the. If you're adding dumplings, you're not. Oh, okay.
But they're like Bisquick, like dump. Like,
Oh yeah. That still
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
yeah.
Ooh, chicken dumpling soup is phenomenal.
Yeah. It's.
Oh.
I'm telling you, and then it's
Now I'm hungry.
eat
and
it for a whole week, and I don't care.
So now I might have Jamie make some soup this weekend. Now
There you
I
go.
might change my mind right now. I might be back to soup. What's the voters or what's our voters?
The voters, 67% said chili, and then 18% said soup. So that came in second. Stew and pot roast came in third, fourth.
Okay, makes sense.
I feel like pot roast, is like another good cold weather. Just it's in the slow roaster all day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not many people feeling that one, I guess.
No, I guess to each their own. You
Yeah.
know, cousins, step cousins, and all. Zach, thank you for that elaboration.
I'm telling you, it makes sense. I think I made my point fantastic. I'm just gonna
You
say
did.
that.
You
And
know
actually,
what?
people in the
Whatever you
chat were
say.
agreeing with me. So if we go on that vote, chili and soup cousins.
Hey, so you thought you made a great point.
Chat
we
was
might
right.
we might have confusion, but you know what? Maybe to close out
Chat
the
was
show,
right.
because we had a longer conversation with Ravens long snapper Nick Moore, not about the press conference, but maybe a quick couple of things that you could not be confused about was what Jesse Minter talked about. There was two specific things, and we can talk about them real quickly. But people are wondering, first off, how do you feel about Lamar Jackson? 'Cause remember that report, Brad, that was out a couple days ago, weeks ago, whatever it was about.
Oh, he could get traded.
You know what? Ravens, it's no guarantee he's going to be here. Zach, do you have that clip about Lamar saying, or about Jesse Minter, might have been on the McAfee show or in his press conference, about how he feels about Lamar Jackson?
Yes, I do.
Do you have it ready? Do you have the
About Lamar Jackson as your quarterback. This is obviously, whenever we talked about the coaching vacancy in the coaching cycles, there was an MVP available with no head coach up there in Buffalo. There was an MVP in Baltimore. It felt like it was the first time, long time, first time forever. Whenever Lamar Jackson's a quarterback of a team, what does that mean for you as the head coach, a defensive guy? And what was the conversation around Lamar Jackson and the stars of this team currently during the hiring process?
Yeah, first of all, being the head coach of the team that has the best player in the National Football League is pretty exciting. Like you said, these jobs with this caliber of quarterback don't often turn over. And so when it came open, the respect and love I have for Lamar, and having been here before, having seen him come up as he was drafted here, what he did in his first few years, having had defended him last year in 2024 in Los Angeles. Grateful, excited, stoked to have the best player in the league as our quarterback. And I think what that says is your window is always open. You got the best player in the world behind center. You got a group of guys on offense that have elite talent and elite playmaking skills. And look forward to building an offense and building a team around Lamar Jackson.
Okay, so Greg Roman and Lamar won an MVP. Todd Monkin and Lamar won an MVP. Felt like it was a little different styles.
So right there, it kind of sounds like Lamar Jackson's going to be a Baltimore Raven. Jesse certainly thinks so.
Yeah. And
also what I loved about that, it reminds me, one, that, man, Lamar's now been in the league for a minute. Not just a minute. This is 2018 he was drafted. And Jesse Minter, right, was just here in his first stop in Baltimore and got to experience it. So it was really cool to hear him talk about that. And obviously you got a chance every time 8's on the field. But I would say that people had less concerns about Lamar and the offense, right? It wasn't that the offense couldn't get things together. They made game-winning drives in Pittsburgh. They've been one of the most prolific units over the last X amount of years, especially with Lamar at quarterback. People were wondering, how's this defense going to turn around? And Zach, I think you know where I'm going with this. They were wondering, well, not just how is the defense going to look, who's going to run the defense? You're the head coach now. Who are you hiring as the defensive coordinator to call plays?
Right.
And Zach, do you have this clip ready?
Believe so.
Okay, so I didn't get the signal. You didn't give me the caca. Okay, we have it. So I think
Jesse on calling the defense. Great question. I do plan on calling the defense. Great question. I think that's a strength of mine. I think that's one of the reasons I'm sitting here. But I also think it's my leadership qualities. And I really look forward. I have a really good process, I feel, to do what I need to do to be ready to call the game, but also have the ability to be the head coach and to impact the entire roster, the entire team, make sure that it's our offense, our defense, our special teams, and that there's no divide there, and I know that I'm in charge of all that. But it starts with the relationships with the people in the building, particularly the players. And I think they'll feel my competitiveness, they'll feel my mentality every day. And I think we'll work hand in hand together to build a great team.
So Jesse Minter's calling the defense. And you know what? I'm excited about that. I am. I mean, that's why he was brought in, right? His style, and he's going to keep doing that. One thing, though, if you're curious about how it's going to work for him, well, if you talk to former players of Jesse Minter, what they've said about him, if you talk to former coaches that have worked with Jesse Minter, he said, like his words about communication, he's an unbelievable communicator. And he feels that he puts his players in the right position to have success, to elevate their game. Doesn't that feel like that's what was missing in Baltimore on the defensive side last year? Miscommunications, and then players not playing with confidence and maybe not in the position to go out there and have the success that they were hoping to. Whatever it was off. But Jesse Minter has gotten the stamp of approval every single place he went for how to work and to have a defensive unit that can have success. And I mean, we're not going to play the clip for it, but Zach, he raved over Kyle Hamilton because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But he had Derwin James out there in L.A. Derwin's one of the best all-around safeties, and you can argue Kyle is the best all-around safety in all of football. And that's going to be at the disposal. There's some other talented players on this defense, no doubt about it. Some young talented players, I should say. So we're going to find out what that all is going to look like and what that's all going to entail. But to wrap this all up, guys, I mean, Zach, I was happy with the press conference. I didn't, I'll take a quote out of Acho's words. I didn't have an expectation, or I'll have no expectation. But what I did understand, because I knew it to be true, was Jesse Minter was going to be genuine, and he was going to show that he loves Baltimore and he has a plan. That wasn't even an expectation. That's just what I firmly believed. And he was true with everything he said so far.
It was maybe the most refreshing press conference. Well, I'll take out the Steve Bisciotti press conference because he's just a different animal, as we know. But it was one of the most refreshing press conferences that it could have, just the way it went, that we could have had. It felt good to see a coach that, one, him talking about calling the plays because that's his expertise. He talked about, they want to be ruthless. They want to be together, this relentlessness, this playing together that, a lot of times, and it's so funny, Nick talked about it. He's like, a lot of these things are things that we already had, mantras we already had, things like that. And even Minter brought up playing like a Raven. It's nothing new, but sometimes it's just the new voice. It's the fresh perspective. It's, yes, we're going to play like this, but instead of taking this route to get to the destination where the destination is the exact same, we're going to take this little detour because this is going to help us in the long run. And I think that's what Jesse Minter is. I don't think he is this brand new, hey, I'm changing everything here. That's not who I think he is. I think it's going to be a lot of the same ideologies that were here because that is the standard in Baltimore. But I think having that fresh voice, having that fresh perspective, that fresh lens come in and give the message, but just slightly different, it does mean something. It will mean something to these players. Running practices a little bit differently will mean something. Just simple things like that hopefully down the line, when you add them all up, mean that they can get over the hump. And it's something that he was asked about, was getting over that hump. And I think that the entire goal of this franchise, this organization, this new coaching staff, it's not about winning in weeks 1 through 17, 1 through 18. Like, that is the standard. You are expected in Baltimore to make the playoffs. We don't give you time to, we're going to take a year or so to really figure this out, and then we're going to start going. That's not how this works, and he understands that. It's what happens in January. It's what happens in hopefully February that matters to this organization, to this city. We've had Lamar Jackson 2-time MVP. We've won the 1 seed. We've hosted the AFC Championship. We've been there. We've done that. I understand that it's a lot of pressure, but for Jesse Minter, and I believe he understands it, it's about winning a Super Bowl here. Mm-hmm. It's not about how well you play in December, in November, in October, in September. It's about when everything's on the line, when it comes down to it, how are you going to be the best team possible, and how are you going to get over that hump? And I'll say it again, big reason why I'm ecstatic about his defense, and I'm glad that he's calling the plays. 2 games he's called defensively in the playoffs, they've forced 5 turnovers. In 8 games of Lamar Jackson's playoff career, his defense has forced 2. He said it earlier today, I believe, on the Pat McAfee show. A quarterback's best friend, contrary to popular belief, a quarterback's best friend is the best defense in the league. if you have the best defense in the league, and I've said this before when they first hired Minter, if you are consistently setting Lamar Jackson up with short fields, with sustainable leads, with the thought of, hey, as long as we're getting to 21 points, this game's over, you are going to do a whole lot more and have a whole lot more success. The offense is the offense. You have Lamar Jackson, you have Zay Flowers, you have Derrick Henry. They are going to score points. It is very hard to not score points with that core. Defense gets stops. Defense starts playing like we've seen them play before, like we know that they have the ability to play. I'm excited to see how Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, I think Marlon's back just because of schematically, I think Minter's going to want a guy like him. They get some pressure. They keep adding to this defense. They get everyone playing as a unit, sort of like what Jamie Sharper was talking about. F the Pro Bowls. We're playing as a unit. They get something like that going. Lamar's going to score points, and they're going to win a lot of ball games.
And to ring in what Jamie's talking about, when you have a confidence as a defense, you think you can beat anybody. When they felt that they could beat anyone, and imagine if they had a guy like Lamar Jackson. Hey, I love me some Trent Dilfer and the Dilfer Dimes, and amazing of what he did. And Jamal Lewis, amazing for his impact. But could you imagine what that Ravens team would have looked like with Lamar back then? Even for Flacco's case, when Flacco was trying to figure things out, do you think it helped that they had Ray and Ed and Suggs and those guys, Nada?
Right.
It matters. And above all, defense travels. That's what Jamie Sharper was talking about. Defense travels. Guys, in this final four of the AFC NFC Championship, some pretty good defenses. The Patriots, that defense, huge reason why they're going to the Super Bowl. Broncos, the reason why they were the number one seed, their defense. The Seahawks, a big reason why they were the number one seed, their defense. And yes, their offense is good, not taking anything away. But the defense here. And if you want to go back to look at the stats over all the time, when you look at best defense going against the best offense, typically best defense usually wins that battle. That's what happened for the Ravens back 25 years ago when they won Super Bowl 35. The best offense in history, the Denver Broncos, statistically lost by 35 to the Legion of Boom and the Seattle Seahawks. Defense travels. The defense plays to a high level. Ravens are going to have a great chance to get back to the Super Bowl and have their third Lombardi celebration here in Baltimore. So if you are new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show, we're live Monday through Friday on YouTube, X, and Facebook. And you can listen on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you can get your podcast. Okay, so I got my emotions out. I'll probably have to go get more emotional for 105.7. Is there anything that I'm missing here, Brad, Zach,
Nope.
Obear?
I think we got it.
Do I have Obear down here? Oh, Obear. Sorry, Abear. My bad.
Obear.
Oh, I'm sorry, but don't be upset about the wall. It's okay. It's all right. Some would say I'm the father of Abear now,
Why are we still on this?
Any other things? Should we just go to the music? Oh, we should. They're there. It's okay. It's okay. You can pick your head up. Oh, we dropped it. Oh, as always here on the Ryan Ripken Show, we appreciate each and every one of you. Have a day, have a night, have a great rest here Thursday. Be safe out there. And come back and join us tomorrow for the last show of the week before we head out to the Super Bowl right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook.